Hi everyone, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I'm back again, continuing our numerology series, and really just having fun, just enjoying and embracing, the meaning and vibration and what direction these numbers are, taking us throughout our life. Because at the end of the day, we see these numbers every day, you know, from sun up to sundown. They just pop up in our lives along with these letters. Why not, best utilize these numbers to our best benefit and to help us, better navigate throughout this life journey that we're going through at this present moment. Okay. But I'll be remiss if I wouldn't mention these two individuals. If you look on the presentation slide, I have Master Teacher Lloyd Strayhorn, Numbers in You. I highly recommend, if you're starting out on your journey, or if you've been on this journey for a while and you really want to know some information about these numbers, especially when it comes to your personal lives and lives of others, and really navigate a better lifestyle so you can be in balance with nature and with yourself. Okay. So, but Lloyd Strayhorn, this guy is excellent, along with his counterpart here, Mr. King Simon. Numbers are simple, but people are complicated. And these are my two mentors. They, whether they know it or not, they have taught me a lot along my journey, you know, especially when I had extra questions, because I've been dealing with these numbers ever since I was a child. And I've been studying on my own, even though I didn't, tell anyone. I wasn't being completely truthful. And I was just doing this thing on my own because, like, hey, I was saying these numbers. I don't care what nobody else say. I'm gonna figure out what the hell they mean. So, but at the end of the day, these two individuals will put you on track. They will give you a better understanding about yourself, these numbers and what they mean. And also, it's always best to compare different teachers or different people sharing their experiences, and that way you can really piece the puzzle together for yourself. That way, like I say, this is not religion here. This is all about you and me, and how we can be in better balance with God, nature, source, and with ourselves and mankind. Okay. But I wanted to mention these two individuals because they really can help you if you really need some help and you feel like your life is out of balance. I'll lead you to the expert. Okay, because these guys are taking consultations. So we have Lloyd Strayhorn at the top, numbers in You, and then we have brother King Simon down in the bottom left. Numbers are simple, but people are complicated. So I highly recommend these two individuals if you need further help along your journey with these numbers. Okay, but as we get started and continue along, so far we talked about angel numbers. What do they mean? They keep popping up in our lives. And how can we have a better understanding about angel numbers? And then we continue along the journey with learning about the core frequency of vibration from the number 0 all the way to 9 or 10, right? We talked about that and what they actually mean, just so we can get the surface level. And then we led into the introduction to ancient numerology, where we really paying homage to our ancestors, for laying the core foundation for what we have today, which is ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So we really want to pay honor to to them. And and what not better way to pay honor and tribute than to keep learning and sharing this information and building from this core foundation here. So with that being said, let's continue on. So like today we're going to work on how to work out your own numerology. So let's dive into that. So the symbolic meaning of the that surrounds the 9 whole numbers that are the center of numerological divination. Now numbers integrate into many other divinity methods such as tarot. Numbers can also represent stages in the unfolding of any process and can be keyed into planets, days, colors, qualities, character types, and again, tarot images. Now, numbers are also key to letters of the alphabet. So words and names, as well as date of birth, can all be analyzed, guys. So really keep that in mind. So today we're going to be dealing with the surface level, how to work out your own numerology. And this is what I learned along my journey as well. So I'm sharing my experience with you, and I hope that it will help you along your journey. That way you can help somebody else, because eventually over time, everybody has to grow. If not, you'll be right back down here learning the same lessons and repeating it all over again with a whole different family. So why not just go ahead and pick up the control and start playing your game with your life, what you came here to do. Okay. So, but all of these things can be analyzed. So let's first start out with the name numerology. So the first name is our foundation in life. So the name that you came in with on your birth certificate, that's the real foundation in your life. And we use that number to help guide us. Okay. So if you look on the screen here, using the chart. So for simplicity, we'll stick with the Pythagorean. Okay. But a lot of people that's deep into, the occult, they prefer the Chaldean numerology, but they both work. Okay. So in my experience, the Pythagorean will give you a surface level, and it will get you pointing in the right direction. The Chaldean is a more spiritual, deeper essence of what's really going on. So kind of like a root cause kind of deal. But the Pythagorean and the Chaldean, they both will lead you in the right direction either way. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you and how these numbers vibrate with you. Okay. Can't nobody tell you what these numbers do for you other than you. So I hope that makes sense. All right. But as you're looking in your screen, here, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm not going to do very much calculation. I'm assuming with this lecture here, everybody have like a basic understanding how to at least calculate your name, but I will put some information down below to point you in the right direction. But for the sake of time, I really do want to just focus on some of the very key aspects of what you're looking for here. Okay. So for the sake of training, the first name is our foundational life. And as you see at the chart here, you have all the different letters of the alphabet. And then what you can do, you can use those to start keying in and calculating your own vibration, for your own life. All right. So let's move forward here now. So to find a total numerological vibration of your name, we can start with, you add the total of the letters and your whole entire name on your birth certificate. Then you're going to add together and reduce to a single digit unless they are a master number. Okay. So if you're the total number, we're not using the value of the letters yet. So we just calculating all of the letters in your name. So the total number of letters, not the value that you're using on this chart. So we're not using the chart first. But so to find this value here, you're going to add all the letters in your name. So like for the sake of training, like my name is Christopher Anthony Thompson, and all those letters add up to the 26. Okay. So I have 26 letters in my birth certificate name. Okay. So in essence, when you add, it's not a master number. So you can add that up. 2 + 6, that equals 8. Right. But I like to, I like to deal with the whole number, kind of like the Chaldean numerology, but it's like the Chaldean of the number, right? So you got that, duality, polarity still going on. So, but with the number 26, before we reduce it to an 8, when I look at that number, the number 2 I always deal with like teamwork, partnership, relationship, balance, staying balanced, focused, trusting in your life, purpose, soul, mission, and just having faith in your damn self. And then 6 is the number of, is a higher vibrational number 3. So it deals, with communication, expansion, growth. But the 6 is a number of family and material items, and also having that grateful attitude throughout your life. It's a number of community as well. So when you add those numbers together, 26 for Christopher Anthony Thompson, I'm very team oriented. I love partnership. I love helping people. And then leading to the 6, I'm all about community. I'm all about communication, expansion, growth, and sharing my talents and gifts. And I always, have that attitude of being grateful. And then we reduce it down to a number 8. What does 8 mean? A lot of people know what the number 8, they say abundance, giving and receiving. And so basically what I'm here to do, based on just on my name alone, I'm here, to learn about money, learn about, giving and receiving, not necessarily money, just the energy in general, because money is energy, right? Or currency. So just learn, to have that giving and receiving, mindset, and also take those lessons and be able to enrich other people's lives, off my life experiences. And that's what it means to me. And that's just the surface level about a 26 and an 8, in my opinion, which deals with my name. Okay. But as we move forward, let's talk a little bit more about the karmic name. So the karma number, your karmic number interpretation tells you what you need to do in order to correct your actions from previous life experiences or from previous lives. My correction. Now, it can also help provide invaluable instruction to what you need to do that you can reap the rewards of the seeds that you sow in this life. Okay. So these numbers are very important. Now, the karmic number, which is created from the consonants in your name as it appeared on your birth certificate, can also reveal your deepest hopes, desires, fears, and anxieties. Now, this number is also an indicator of the subconscious mind and its inner workings, particularly when it comes to compulsive and irrational urges and behaviors. So listen up, guys. All right. Now, it is also, that you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't number. All right, this karmic number, and it describes your Achilles heel and where you may be bound to go wrong in life, even though you have some good intentions. Now, it can also help you figure out where you may be achieving the opposite of what you want to achieve in life. Let me repeat that. Now, this number can also indicate and help you figure out why you may not be achieving the things you want to achieve in life, and you're actually getting the opposite results. Okay. So really pay attention to this number. Now, another interesting aspect of the karmic number is that it can give you an idea of how others see you when it comes to first impressions. All right. And it's a little trippy. Now, if you really want to get the true essence to divine your karmic number, you must first add together all the letters of your full birth certificate name, like I did previously. Christopher Anthony Thompson, 11 plus 7, plus another 9 or something like that, and it equal 26. And again, that's a number of, teamwork, partnership, balance, trust in the faith, life, purpose, soul, mission, and also grace, gratitude. Pay attention to your material items, resources, family, money, and also just being grateful for the good and the bad. Because at the end of the day, everything's just a test. Okay. All right. Now, the unique nature of the karmic nature tells you that about the physiological vulnerability, strength, the limitation that fate may have to offer you, and also the first impression that you make on others, like I mentioned to you before. Now, you're going to calculate your karmic number by eliminating all the vowels from your name. Now, you're going to assign the consonants to a numerical value based on the chart that you're seeing on the screen here. And you're going to reduce it down to a single digit unless it's a master number. Okay. And for the sake of training, let's say for my name came up, to a 14. Okay. And 14 is not a master number. So, but when we reduce that, 1 plus 4 equals what? 5. And so at the end of the day, that's the number we need to focus on and figure out. Okay. And so what follows along with it, with your birth chart or just your name, we're not talking about the birth chart yet. This is just the name essence. You also, other factors you need to consider, you got your motivation number. Now, this motivation number describes, the behind the decision you make and the way you act and tick. Now, the values of each vowel added. Now, this is that value of each vowel added together, and this is how you get this motivation number. And then you also have your inner self number. Now, the inner self number reveals what your secret dreams are made of, and is how the inner person sees, or pictures itself. Now, sometimes without even realizing it too, because it's a subconscious trigger. Now, it also often the first impression that other people get of you before they even get to know you really, this inner self number. Now, to calculate this number, it will be the values of each consonant added together. All right. And also we have this expression number that I want to put out there to pay attention to. Now, the expression number describes how you interact with other people. Now, this number also tells you how you best express yourself in life, and also where your talents, your true talents lie. Now, to get the calculation of this number is going to be the value of all the letters added together, like we did before with my name. I have 26 letters. You reduce it down to equals 8. So it's pretty straightforward, guys. And I'm going to have a link down below to carry you along. So there's a couple of other things you want to keep in consideration when you're dealing with your name. So you also have your karmic lessons, hidden tendencies, and subconscious responses. All right. So let's talk about karmic lessons. All right. Now, karmic lessons are the things that we're supposed to learn in this life. They are weak links in our character, which needs to be strengthened. Now, you do have free will to accept or reject these lessons, but the more you resist them, the more hard knocks and painful or difficult experience would be, basically put in your path, man. So you can't, avoid change and these experiences. You have to learn and grow. So as soon as you learn the lesson, or if the lesson is learned, the strain will no longer be felt. So growth requires change, and and it's a little painful, because we can get in our comfort zone, and it's very comfortable there, but at the end of the day, every tree must blossom, every flower must bloom, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. And so don't think your life is over once you retire or reach a certain age limit. I mean, life is a marathon. It's a never ending story. And so whatever you don't finish this time, you'll be right back down here. Trust me. So until you figure this thing out. So why not start in the present moment, which we call it the now? And that's the best time to get started, guys. All right. And so let's deal with this karmic lessons. So now karmic, we already talked about that. So now we'll talk about the hidden tendencies. Now the hidden tendencies describe the desires to which you have been exposed to in the past, and because of their overemphasis in your chart, they must be watched so that you don't, go overboard with them. Now, when it comes to the subconscious response, the subconscious response number tells you of how you instinctively and automatically react when faced with an emergency, with an emergency situation. So just keep these underlying things in mind, especially when it comes to dealing with your name. So you got these karmic lessons, hidden tendencies, and your subconscious responses, along with your expression number, inner self number, and motivation number. All right, guys. So, and in a nutshell, that's the surface level when it comes to working out your own numerology when it comes to your name. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about working out the date of birth when it comes to with your numerology. All right. So if you focus in the middle here, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And that happened throughout my life, and it's going to happen throughout your life as well. So sometimes your teacher will be packaging, and what you don't expect. So, if you just now beginning your journey and you still kind of fixated on race, race is a man-made thing. Blumenbach invented that, to really separate people. It's a man-made item. You can Google it, or read books on it, and look up the history facts or truth behind it, because facts can be changed, but truth is going to be there. All right. So let's talk about this date of birth numerology. So and why is this important? Now let's deal with the day number. So the day number, if you look on the slide here, we have August 15th, top left, August 15th, 2006. So now let's say, for the sake of training here. So now your day number is the energy which influence who you are and all that you do in your life on a daily basis. Now, I also tell you what makes you respond and act as you do, and is an indication of what type of life you should lead in order to be successful in all that you undertake in this lifetime. All right. And that's why this number is important. The day you was born, that's why it's important. Now, to calculate this number, all you're doing is just taking the day you was born. So if you was born on the the 15th, like on the slide here. We're going to reduce that down unless it's a master number. So we're going to 1 plus 5, and our value is going to be 6. All right. So birthday, you see it right there, and it equals 6. All right. Now let's talk about the destiny number or your life path number. Now, the destiny number is one of the most important numbers on your chart. I repeat, the destiny number is one of the most important numbers on your chart. Now, it is the ruling force that describes what you must do and learn in order to operate harmoniously with your environment and how you can get the most out of your present life. Now, it also shows the direction you must take, representing the only opportunity for success that will be made available to you. Okay. Now, to reject the destiny number is to court disaster and frustration in your life. I repeat this. Now, this destiny number shows the direction you must take, representing the only opportunity for success that will be made available to you. All right. Now, if you reject this destiny number, it is to court disaster and frustration in your life. So test it out for yourself and really reflect on your past experience, jobs opportunity, business opportunity, any kind of like experience, decisions you made in life. And you will realize like, hey, this was really out of alignment for what I really feel in my heart. And that's what it's all about, because your heart knows the truth. So you trust your mind, your heart, and that gut. You got those 3 brains there. All right. Now, to analyze or interpret your destiny or life path number, all you have to do is use this formula, the same formula, reducing the date of birth to a single digit. And for the sake of training, if it's we have August here on the screen. And what month is that? That's the 8th month. And so, I stand corrected. So to calculate this number, we're gonna add up your whole date of birth. So you're gonna take August, which is the 8th month. I'm on track. And then you got the 15th, and then you also have the year, which is 2006. This person was born, and I know at the bottom it says personal year, but we're taking this as the date of birth here for the sake of training. Okay, bear with me. All right. So for the sake of training, this year, this person life path number is a number 4, or actually it's a 22. It equals a master number. So this person is a 22. This person came here to lace. So, when we look at the big number 22, it's all about master builder. And this person is building some dreams right here. They didn't come here to play. They know what they need to do. They're going to lay some solid foundation in their life. They're very, very ingenious, these people, very mechanical, and also very artistic at certain times, quite misunderstood. That's the vibration of this 4 or 2 magnified. And just to give you a little surface level about that. But at the end of the day, this is your destiny or life path number, and use this as a guide, because again, this is one of the most important numbers in your chart. And just use this as a guide. It's not religion, guys. And at the end of the day, if it works for you, it does. If it don't, tweak it and figure it out. What these numbers really mean, because these numbers mean various things for different people and based upon the situation. Okay. So lastly, let's move forward. Let's talk about the personal year. Okay. Let's talk about this. All right. So now when it comes to the personal year, why is this important? Now, the personal year is the energy by which you will live your life from your birthday of this year until your birthday of the next year. Now, this is the vibration that will influence all that you do throughout that period. Okay. So just remember that. Now, the personal year energy is present from birthday to birthday. Now, to work out the personal year number, take the day, month numbers and add them to the present year. Now, for the sake of training, let's go back to the last slide here. So let's say, for instance, this person was born, August the 15th, right? But the present year is 2006. So the personal year for this individual, like on the slide there, as you can see, it adds up to a 22. Okay. I don't have a 22 on this slide. However, for the sake of training, we'll stick with the number 4 for the vibration, even though you shouldn't reduce or match the number. But I gave you some general ideas, and I'm going to include some general reference information at the bottom of the presentation, okay? But going back to what we mentioned, now the personal year energy is present from birthday to birthday. Now, to work that out, you're going to take the day, month, numbers and add them to the present year. So for example, I gave you, the same example that we worked out together. And so how can we further work this out together, guys? So for the sake of training, the person added up to a 22. So, but for the sake of training, they use the number 4. Okay. So the number 4. So if we focus at the top of this slide here, personal year number 4, and a simple way to break it down. So we're going to we find out our personal year, and then from there, we're going to find the month we in. And that will be the vibration for that present month. All right. So for the sake of training, we are in October. So let's find personal year number 4. Let's go to October. So the core vibration for the month of October for you, okay, remember, this is only for you, all right, unless you and the other individual share the same birthday. That's the only way it'll work out this way, okay? But only for you, the October month will be a 5 frequency. So what does 5 mean? 5 is all about freedom, flexibility, sharing your talents, gift with people. It's a high vibration of leadership and also communication, expansion, growth, and also just being talent and showing your beauty with your communication. And it's a business minded number as well, because 5s are very business oriented. They are quick learners, and a word of caution with the number 5, so if you do drink, smoke, whatever, just be mindful of any kind of addiction, because sometimes that number 5 is a little tricky with addictions and stuff, especially if you have a lot of things going on in your mind, right now. So be very cautious during that time frame. That's the flip side to the number 5. You can have some overindulgence in activities, okay? But that's just the surface level. So when you look at the big picture, the grand scheme of things, like I mentioned, it's 5 is all about adventure, sensuality, curiosity, change, and most importantly, freedom. Okay, guys. And I also included some information down here. We'll start diving a little bit deeper in our next lecture, talking about, your date of birth, linking up with the days of the week, symbols, and planets. But again, I hope you find this information helpful. And I love sharing my experience and my journey along with you. And again, my name is Chris Thompson with Food for Your Thoughts. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button below. I'll be sharing more of my experience with you, and we're going to have fun learning all about these numbers and how we can better appreciate them and also utilize them throughout our lives so we can be more in balance and homeostasis and rock this thing, okay? But again, this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Keep learning and growing. And, growth requires change. But until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.